for sickness. This is just when you can see maybe my rabbit is not eating, it is weak, just not is lacking some vitamin. Then that's when you can give it this one.
Okay, and this tetranol, what is it?
This is when it has fever.
When it has fever. And I want to ask you a question about why is there a mesh down where they are stepping? And does this help in cleanliness at all?
It helps because the droppings easily pass and drop down here. Even the urine, you see the where the sleep is not wet, is not having the droppings. So this mesh helps a lot.
It helps a lot because let's say even if this water dropped,
even if the water pours, yeah, like that.
It just goes through.
Yes.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are, wherever you're watching us from. Thank you for staying on the channel. You guys are MVPs, and I love you so much. You know, we've been in this period, and I just decided to dedicate this whole period. You know, Christmas is coming up. I just want us to talk about the sweetest meat in the world. It's called rabbit meat. But it's very important to understand that when a rabbit grows, it's born, by the time it gets to that point of eating it, it goes through so many things. Diseases, death, many of them die along the way. So I want to understand how you can control disease at your farm. So here with me, I have Madame Joyce, who is a vet at the farm. Remember, every farm needs a vet. So if you do not have ways of getting a vet, so it's actually better that you don't even start your farm because you need a veterinary person at the farm. Madame Joyce,
yes.
How are you doing?
I'm doing okay.
Well, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling good.
Yeah, I want some energy.
I'm feeling good.
Yes. I want you to warm up a little bit. Warm up a little bit. All right. So, I want to ask you a question.
Okay.
We eat all these rabbits.
True.
We don't know what they go through. If you had a farm somewhere, and I mean you who's watching, how can they control disease at their farm? How best can they control disease at a rabbit farm?
Oh, at a rabbit farm?
Yeah.
Actually, rabbits don't have so many diseases. It is basically about what you feed them and their environment. You have to provide them with a clean environment. Like you see, our cages, they are very clean. And if they're dirty, that's when they can get diseases like flu, what we call snuffles. They can get mange. Mange in Uganda is chigenge. Yeah, it is mainly brought about by the mites.
The mites?
Yes.
What are mites? Mites?
Mites, bololo.
Those little things.
Those small insects. So when they come and they eat their feet, their toes, that's when they get that mange. But however, it can be treated. Yeah.
So basically, everything that happens to the rabbit comes from what they eat.
And where they live.
Yes. So explain to me, this whole cleanliness thing, how do you maintain hygiene at a farm? Like you see our cages, we clean them. Can you show me around? These cages, we clean them every morning. As you can see, the iron sheets are all clean. And even inside is also clean. There are no droppings, there are no anything that is dirty. And that's why we keep our rabbits when they are very clean, like this one. Yes. So if you keep a rabbit down when it is not in a cage, like in dust, that's when it can get the mites. Maybe from the hens, when the hens enter, you know, hens carry out of mites in them. Yes. So when they enter and then they start scratching that soil, they leave the mites inside, and they also affect the rabbits. And most of the diseases that affect rabbits also affect the hens. They affect the hens? Yes. So you don't allow the chicken to enter this house? No way. You cannot allow them to enter. And I want to ask you a question about why is there a mesh down where they are stepping? And does this help in cleanliness at all? It helps because the droppings easily pass and drop down here. Even the urine, you see the where they sleep is not wet, is not
having the droppings. So this mesh helps a lot.
It helps a lot because, let's say, even if this water drops,
even if the water pours, like that.
It just goes through.
Yes.
Straight. So this is how you keep cleanliness at the farm.
Yes.
So is the rabbit comfortable sleeping on this wire?
It is.
Yes. Okay. By the way, I'm going to have an episode later on how to make these cages. It's very important for you to know how these cages are made. So what's most important is where they sleep.
Yes, and what they eat.
What do they eat? What do you give them for food?
We give them pellets.
Can you show me the pellets? What do they look like?
Pellets are here.
I really want to see. I want to see what they look like.
This is how pellet looks like.
Put here.
Yes.
So these are pellets.
Yeah, these are pellets.
So
we give them 100 grams. Each one 100 grams. That is one handful.
This is one handful.
Yeah. Like this. For morning, then later on in the evening.
So this is all it takes for a day?
Yes.
Per rabbit?
Yes, per rabbit.
You want to tell me that they're actually so cheap to maintain?
They're actually so cheap to maintain because they don't feed that much.
How much do you buy this food?
Each kilogram is 1,500.
Each kilogram?
Yeah.
So you said it's 500 grams?
100 grams.
100 grams.
Yes.
So each kilogram is for 10 rabbits?
Yep. Then you give it.
Oh, wow.
Like that. One handful in the morning, then in the evening.
Twice a day?
Yes, twice a day.
Interesting. Then I want to ask, because I also think that hygiene also depends on how close the rabbits are, how they live next to each other. In a cage, how many rabbits should be in a cage?
One, as long as it is from 5 to 6 months around there, 5 to 6 months, that there they can start living one because the more they grow, the more space it takes. But when they are young, like 1 to 2 to 3 months, you can keep them together.
So what time do they mate? When are they ready to mate?
5 to 6 months.
5 to 6. Oh,
yes.
So that's when it's one. That's when you can bring a male.
Yes, you can either carry the female to the male or you bring the male to the female. But it is more comfortable if you bring the female to the male.
Okay, as we wind up this little episode, one last word on how a farmer should control, to make it clear how a farmer should control disease and death at the farm. Yeah, because that's the only thing that would kill a rabbit, since they don't die a lot.
Yeah, they don't die a lot. And these, let me say, these mature ones, that they don't face so much death. They don't die that rampant like the young ones. Yes. So for the young ones, the moment you see that has started to move from the nesting box and it is coming here to the feeder, there you can start to give them a vaccine.
I want to see some of the vaccines that you use and what they do.
For now, we are using this one.
This is
Enrosol.
Enrosol. Yes. So what does Enrosol do?
This is like a vaccine. We give it to the little one because it has not yet digested the food it is eating. Yeah. So, but it is like vaccinating also. Maybe the children, immunizing them against polio, measles, something like that. So you can also give it to those little ones, so that by the time they start to feed, they can easily adopt to the feeding process. Yes. So
just for the kids?
Yeah, these are for the kids.
The old ones, you don't give them anything?
We give them also this one, maybe when they get flu, because this one treats so many diseases. But for now, we found it as an advantage to give to the babies. Yeah.
So where can somebody get Enrosol if you are, let's say you're in Uganda, where we are right now? Where would somebody get such a...
All drug shops have this.
All drug shops have? Yes. How much is this?
This one, I'm not sure.
You're not sure how much it is?
Yeah. Because they buy the medicine, then for me I treat.
Oh, you treat. Your job is to treat. All right.
These other ones, we give...
Intermectin.
These are the immediate ones that you can give So this is for mange, in case your rabbit has gotten mange.
Mange, buroro. Those little
It
insects.
has scrapings on the legs and the ears. Yeah, so this is a vitamin.
That's a vitamin. So how often do you give them vitamins?
You can give once.
Once in their lifetime?
No, once in a day.
Once in a day. So
Yeah.
how do you mix the
You
vitamins?
can give it like 3 days later. If you give it today, you give it then the next 3 days. Because this one is not for sickness. This is just when you can see maybe my rabbit is not eating, it is weak, just not is lacking some vitamin. Then that's when you can give it this one.
Okay, and this tetranol, what is it?
This is when it has fever.
When it has fever. How do you tell that a rabbit has fever?
You can see it. It's whatever. It's activeness. When it is not active.
When it's dull, you know there's something wrong.
Yeah, there's something wrong. Yeah, and this is for bloat. Rabbits majorly get bloat.
Bloat. What is bloat?
Bloating
When they can't pass stool.
Yeah, when they can't pass stool.
Yeah. So you give them this.
Yeah, we give them.
You mix it in the water that they drink.
Yeah, you mix in the water that they drink. But when it is 1 or 2, you just measure from here. You get it, then you put.
So you inject them by hand.
This is not for injecting. This is oral.
It's oral. Interesting. Then one last thing.
Yeah.
I've seen some people might not have the drip type where the rabbits use drinkers that are
the
automatic.
nipples,
The nipples. Actually, I haven't seen many nipples here. Have I?
This is our sick bay.
This is your sick
Yeah,
bay.
this is our sick bay.
So, but the other side, there are nipples.
Yeah, they are nipples.
Okay.
Now, for the case of our sick bay, since we don't have nipples, we provided them with pots.
Yeah, you have pots, so they drink from the pots.
Yeah, they drink from the pots.
So you're saying that even if somebody doesn't have enough money to do the nipples, you can still give them on a pot?
Yes, on a pot.
Oh, wow, interesting. Do you have one last word to the people who are rearing rabbits? One last medical advice you'd want to give them?
Okay. For the people rearing rabbits, you have to maintain cleanliness, you have to maintain hygiene. That's to say your rabbits don't have to stay on the ground to avoid diseases. If you find any sick rabbit, please isolate it from the rest because it can be contagious. Yeah. Isolate it, put it somewhere. That's why for me, I have my sick bay. I isolate it from the other side, I put it here.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Does every farm must have a veterinary person?
To be on a safer side, yeah, you must have one.
You must have one. And where do they study this rabbitry treating veterinary?
From school.
So all you guys, so do you only treat rabbits or you treat other things as well?
We treat other animals. We are the vets who treat everywhere. The
Even
donkeys,
the cows.
the goats, yes.
Hey, fantastic. Joyce, I really thank you very much. And thank you for watching this. If you have a rabbit farm or if you have some rabbits at home, don't let them get sick. I hope you've gotten these tips. Keep them on your fingertips. Make sure your rabbits grow safely. And so you can have, money later if you sell for meat. Whatever you want to use them for. Thank you very much, Joyce. I almost called you Juice. Hey. Thank you very much, Joyce. God bless you.
Bless you too.
We're going to see you guys on the next one. Please subscribe. Please subscribe.